Welcome! Today's story will leave you speechless. Subscribe now and share your reaction in the comments. Here we go! My name is Emily. I'm 30 years old, and I'm going to tell you about the week before my wedding when my entire world fell apart. But I'm also going to tell you about the most satisfying revenge I've ever gotten. So buckle up because this story is wild. I have one sister, Nicole. She's 2 years younger than me. Growing up, we were close. Not super close, but normal sister close. We'd fight over clothes, boys, typical stuff. As adults, we drifted apart a bit. She lived in the city, worked in marketing. I lived in the suburbs, worked as a nurse. But we still talked regularly, saw each other for holidays, that kind of thing. When I got engaged to my fiancé Ryan, Nicole seemed genuinely happy for me. She threw me a bridal shower, helped me pick out my dress, agreed to be my maid of honor. Everything seemed fine. Better than fine, even. I thought we were getting closer again because of the wedding. Ryan and I had been together for 3 years. We'd met through mutual friends, dated seriously for 2 years, moved in together, got a dog. He proposed on a beach vacation, the whole romantic thing. We'd set the wedding date for October, booked this beautiful venue, invited 150 people. Everything was perfect. The week before the wedding was crazy. Last-minute details, final dress fittings, coordinating with vendors. My friends had planned a bachelorette party for the Friday night before the wedding. Nothing too wild. Dinner, some bar hopping, back to my friend's apartment to crash. Ryan was having his bachelor party the same night. Everything went as planned. We had dinner, hit a few bars, took silly photos. But around 11 o'clock, I started feeling sick. Too much wine on not enough food, probably. I told my friends I was going to head home, that I'd be fine, I'd just Uber back to my place. They wanted to come with me, but I insisted they stay and have fun. I got home around midnight. Ryan's bachelor party was supposed to go all night, so I wasn't expecting him home. I unlocked the front door quietly, not wanting to wake up our dog Buster. The house was dark except for a light coming from upstairs. That was weird. Maybe Ryan had come home early too? I walked upstairs toward our bedroom where the light was coming from. The door was half open, and that's when I heard it. A woman's voice. A laugh I'd know anywhere. Nicole's laugh. My brain couldn't process it at first. Why would Nicole be here? And then I heard Ryan's voice, low and intimate, saying something I couldn't make out. And then I heard Nicole respond, "We should stop. Emily could come home." I pushed the door open. They were in my bed, with the white duvet I'd picked out last month, in the bedroom I'd spent weeks decorating. Ryan was shirtless. Nicole was wearing one of his t-shirts. There were wine glasses on the nightstand. They'd made themselves comfortable. The look on their faces when they saw me was almost comical. Pure shock. Ryan actually yelped. Nicole just froze, her mouth open in a little O of surprise. "Emily," Ryan said, scrambling to pull the covers up. "This isn't... We were just..." "Don't," I said. My voice was steady, cold. I felt detached from my body, like I was watching this happen to someone else. "Don't insult me by lying." Nicole found her voice. I'm so sorry. We didn't mean for this to happen, it just..." "How long?" I asked. They looked at each other. In that look, I saw everything I needed to know. This wasn't a one-time mistake. This wasn't a drunken slip-up. 2 months, Ryan finally said. 2 months, since right after I'd asked Nicole to be my maid of honor. While she was helping me pick out flowers and cake flavors. While Ryan and I were addressing wedding invitations together. 2 months of lies, of pretending, of betrayal. "I want both of you out of my house," I said. "Now, Emily, can we please talk about this?" Ryan said, actually having the audacity to look hurt. "No, get out, both of you. Take what you can carry, I'll have the rest sent to you." "But where will I go?" Nicole said, and she was crying now. "It's midnight." "I don't care. Go to a hotel, sleep in your car, figure it out. You have 5 minutes and then I'm calling the police." I went downstairs and sat on the couch while they scrambled to get dressed and pack bags. Buster came and put his head on my lap like he knew something was wrong. I just sat there, petting him, feeling absolutely nothing. They left. I locked the door behind them. Then I walked upstairs, stripped all the bedding, threw it in the garbage, and slept on the couch. The next morning, I woke up and the first thing I thought was, I'm getting married in 6 days. And then I remembered, no, I wasn't. I called my mom, told her everything. She was furious. My dad got on the phone and said he'd always thought Ryan was a punk, which wasn't helpful, but I appreciated the sentiment. Then came the hard part, canceling the wedding. The venue wouldn't refund my deposit, but they did say I could still use the space if I wanted. The caterer was sympathetic and agreed to modify my order. The DJ said he'd play whatever I wanted, and that's when I got an idea. I texted my bridal party, told them what happened, told them we were still having a party on Saturday, but it wasn't a wedding anymore. It was a dodged a bullet party, and everyone was invited to help me celebrate. Then I texted my family's group chat, the one Nicole was also in. I sent screenshots I'd taken of texts between Ryan and Nicole that I'd found on his laptop when I'd broken into it that morning. Sweet messages, explicit messages, plans to run away together after they dealt with the Emily situation. I wrote, "Wedding is canceled, but we're still having a party. Everyone is still invited, except Ryan and Nicole. There will be an open bar." My extended family was shocked. Aunts, uncles, cousins all started messaging asking what they could do to help. My grandmother, who's 85 and doesn't take crap from anyone, wrote, "Good riddance to bad rubbish. I'm bringing extra wine." The next few days were a blur. I changed my RSVP plan. Instead of a wedding, we were having a freedom party. I called all my vendors, explained the situation. Most were incredibly supportive. A few had clearly heard similar stories before. The photographer offered to still shoot the event at a discount. The florist sent extra flowers. The baker made my wedding cake but changed the topper to a figure of me standing alone with a middle finger raised. I'm not kidding. It was glorious. By Saturday, I'd gotten into the spirit of things. I wore my wedding dress. I'd already paid for it, might as well. But I paired it with combat boots and had my friend help me dye the bottom layer black. I looked like a bride who was ready to fight. 130 people showed up. Everyone who'd RSVP'd yes, except Ryan's family and Nicole, obviously. My parents gave speeches about my strength. My best friend roasted Ryan mercilessly. We played the slideshow that was supposed to be our love story, but I'd edited it to be red flags I ignored. We danced, we drank, we ate the amazing food. People gave me divorce gifts, bottles of wine, gift certificates for spa days, funny books about toxic men. It was the best party I've ever been to. Around 10 p.m., Nicole showed up. She'd somehow found out about the party and drove to the venue. Security stopped her at the door. She was crying, begging to talk to me, saying she'd made a terrible mistake. I walked over to where she was being held back. Please," she said. "I'm your sister. We can work through this." "You stopped being my sister when you slept with my fiancé," I said. "You're not welcome here. You're not welcome in my life. We're done." "You can't mean that. I'm family." "Family doesn't do what you did. Goodbye, Nicole." I walked away and didn't look back. Security escorted her off the property. Ryan tried to contact me too. Called, texted, showed up at my house. I blocked him everywhere and filed a restraining order when he wouldn't stop. He and Nicole stayed together for about 3 months, then imploded spectacularly. Turns out, relationships built on betrayal aren't very stable. It's been 2 years. I've healed. I'm dating someone new, someone who's honest and kind and would never do what Ryan did. I still have trust issues, but I'm working on them in therapy. The hardest part was losing my sister. Despite what she did, she was still my sister for 28 years. That's not easy to erase. My mom still talks to her sometimes. My dad refuses to. I've made peace with the fact that our relationship is over. Some betrayals are too big to forgive. But I don't regret the party. Not for a second. People still bring it up, tell me it was the most memorable wedding they've ever attended. Several friends who were going through breakups said it inspired them to celebrate their freedom instead of mourning their losses. I learned that you don't need a man to have a good time. You don't need to be part of a couple to celebrate your life. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't getting mad. It's throwing an epic party and showing everyone you're better off without the people who betrayed you. I'm Emily. I'm 30 years old, and this is how I turned my canceled wedding into the best party of my life. If you've been betrayed by someone close to you, know that you will survive. You'll be stronger. And sometimes, the best thing that can happen is finding out who someone really is before you legally bind yourself to them forever. Subscribe for more real-life revenge stories, hit the bell for notifications, and share your own stories in the comments. We're all healing together. Thank you for listening.